What's up, everybody? It is Brandon and Veronica here on the Off Brand and Unfiltered podcast. Almost forgot the name there for us a second. So, by the time you're seeing this, it should be Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, whenever we were gonna post this. But we're here at the Walt Disney World Resort, All Star Sports specifically, and Merry Christmas to you guys for whoever celebrates it.
Merry Christmas, y'all filthy animals.
You didn't clean this out. Ew.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Old hot cocoa.
Nice.
But anyways, so I'm currently recovering from a wisdom teeth removal. So if I talk weird or sound weird or yawn weird, that's why. So
I'm currently recovering from his talking about wisdom teeth removal.
yes. So we did get better microphones, as you guys can probably tell. The quality of them way better than our old brand. We got a good deal on it. So good brand, good deal. The first brand was old. So we have a couple of talking points, about 2, 4, 6 talking points. Not going to take too long. But anyways, let's get into it. It's going to be a little Disney special. I feel like since we're here, we might as well talk about it. For those who don't know, Veronica and I grew up going to Disney, not together, but separately through our parents. So, but do you want to start it off? I know one of our first talking points is how we grew up going to Disney. So, how did you grow up going to Disney?
Well, I had to fly or drive to come to Disney.
It's true.
Living 16 hours away back in Pennsylvania? Yeah, I had to travel. I grew up with a season pass. I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to grow up with a season pass. And we would go a few times a year, and then when I got older, it was like every single month we would go. And I just loved it. We would rope drop all the time. Go to Disney when we know like collections were gonna drop. And then my grandparents, I call, never mind, I don't want to say their names. But my grandparents would always have like the inside scoop of everything, and like we traveled because of it.
Mm-hmm.
They have great connections to cast members and everything like that, and I value that. My family dynamics, we were able to travel as much as we did.
That's cool. It's good. I was the total opposite. I born and raised here in Florida, so it was a lot easier for me. We lived about an hour and a half out from Disney World, so we had season passes growing up, and it was kind of basically on every month we're out. All Star Sports is the most popular one that we have stayed, at the most. Really loved going. Played football. My favorite thing was to come back and wait for the kids to throw the football, play 2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5, 6-on-6, 7-on-7 until we got kicked out off the field by security due to noise complaints. And we didn't rope drop. We rope dropped earlier when I was a child. Then the older we got, we started staying out later, so we would sleep in more and then stay out later. But yeah, so that's kind of how we grew up going to Disney. It was not as expensive or not as much to travel compared to yours, but still grew up going to Disney all the time. It was insane, staying 4 or 5 nights, 4 days, 5 nights, 5 nights, 6 days. It's when you could get a room like this for All Star Sports for like $54 a night. Now it's $250 a night. It's insane for a cheap hotel. You still get a great experience. Still get the Disney experience, but it's insane. But that's how I grew up. And she grew up going to Disney. Now, off to the next topic. What is your favorite resort that you have stayed at?
Okay,
Can't say that you want to stay at.
Because I have my top one that I really want to stay at. My favorite resort so far has to be the Contemporary, only because I know that's getting to the next topic, but only because my parents had a very bad experience. One year they were traveling and Disney canceled the trip because a hurricane was coming through. So Disney canceled that trip and they rebooked it for another time. When they rebooked it, they went to a hotel. I don't remember the hotel that they were staying at. But the AC wasn't working. They lost their luggage. They moved them to another room. It was raining one day and the rain was coming in through the window. Like, it was a bad experience. Jeez. So my family, I have no idea how they did this, but Disney booked them for 10 days in the presidential suite in the Contemporary. And the presidential suite, you need a key to go up in the elevator. So you need a key to access that elevator. And we were starting to date, I think, around that time.
We were starting to date, like 3-4 months in.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, you want to go to the Contemporary? Like, we had the presidential suite. And mind you, cool. We didn't have to pay for anything. Disney paid the bill.
It was incredible themed. It was huge. I mean, it was
huge.
A presidential suite. It was massive.
It felt like penthouse on the very top. Yeah. It was so cool. I still have videos of it. We saw the fireworks, and you could see like how far the castle from the fireworks is, and to get that perspective, because I'm so used to like seeing the fireworks it like behind the castle. So I was looking at it at the Contemporary, and I was like, whoa, that's really far. Mm-hmm. So I still look at that video from time to time because it just blows my mind. But I will say, yes, the presidential suite was amazing. The food, I don't have that type of palate. My family does not have that type of palate. It was all finger food. It was small portions. It was like Richie Rich food. Like, my parents remember hearing a comment of a lady coming out and saying, why aren't my bed sheets tucked in? And we're like, okay, calm down. So we did not belong there.
Military, okay.
We did not belong there at all. But after that stay, the room itself, the presidential suite itself, for 10 people, because we could have 10 people max, for 10 days, it was almost $28,000 for 10 days. That's not including the park passes. That's not including the food. That's just the hotel.
It's like $2,000 a day almost, a little over, 2,100.
I don't know, but that was the best stay.
It was nice. The view was beautiful.
Just for the view, but then also, I know that will never happen to me again.
Unless of Disney. Disney, if you want to pay for us, stay there. We'll do a great review.
But it was just so cool.
Say less. I'll find 10 people to fill it up with.
But that was my best stay. But I know I'm used to, with my family, either coming to like the All-Star, any All-Stars, music, sports, and then it was Pop Century too. Those are the two that I alternated between. It was sports and Pop Century that I kept going back and forth.
What is your favorite all-time?
Contemporary.
Okay, there we go.
What I just said.
Okay.
But I'm used to those two. What's yours?
Probably sports. It's all I've ever stayed in. Sports. We stayed at sports. We've stayed at sports, movies, music. Pop Century. We stayed at. It's not Art of Animation. What's the other one? It was newer back in the day.
What does it look like?
Maybe it was Pop Century. It had the Little Mermaid themed and stuff. It wasn't Art of Animation, I don't think, but because that wasn't out yet. It was big back in 2012, 2013. It was close to when Art of Animation was coming out, but
interesting. I have no idea.
But yeah, so we've stayed out there. We've stayed at Wilderness Lodge or Fort Wilderness Lodge, both of them. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Old Key West. That's got to be probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
because my parents had DVC for the longest time, and they got rid of it a couple years ago due to
Same with my
having no
grandparents.
worth. It's a worthless timeshare, if I'm being honest. You get no
Well,
perks, you get
my
nothing.
grandparents only got it because they used their points when they weren't living here. I feel like DVC is nice when you're not living in Florida
Oh no,
because
it's
you can
great
use your
because you can't stay at
points.
where's the thing? You can't stay at Bay Lake, I don't think. Maybe they've changed that one.
I don't
Old Key
know.
West, you cannot stay. That is a DVC. That's I think one of the first DVC hotels, and a couple of other series that you can't stay. It's nice to stay at like other places across the country, across the world. I think you can use it at Disneyland too. Don't quote me on it. I know there's gonna be some Disney nerds to comment, but um, yeah, it's definitely there's definitely perks. It's just like you don't get discounts on the season passes, food, all the stuff. There's really no perks. I mean, it's
Yeah.
cool to have the park shut down a couple times a year for you, but you got to get the tickets right then and there. If not, then you don't get it. And so we've had a lot of good times. But when we had DVC, it was a every summer trip to Old Key West. Me, my brother, my sister, mom, dad, cousins, and I would stay out there, get a two bedroom place for 5 nights, 6 days, 4 nights, 5 days, depending on. But basketball was the huge thing. The gym, the pool. Um, it was just a huge place. So it was nice. You could work out, you could shoot hoops, you can go swimming. It's not too far from all the parks, so that's probably my all-time favorite. Teenage year wise, kid wise, All Star Sports, 'cause that's all we could afford at that point. But so yeah, just like you, I go back and forth. So,
Yeah.
but
Um,
besides the crazy story, do you have any other crazy stories?
crazy
You
stories.
can't use the hotel one now.
Well, I tied in that to my favorite. That's why I said I was.
All right, so you don't have any other crazy stories of the 28 years you've been going?
Um, I wouldn't say any crazy stories. I just know traveling, like people from outside of the country traveling, it's rough
It's a nightmare.
sometimes because people don't know how to walk, people don't know. My pet peeve is when people just stop
That's our pet peeve.
dead
It
in front of
pisses me
you.
off.
And I'm like,
You
why?
want me to go? You want me to go around you real freaking quick to do that? You got a couple types of walkers. You got the Sunday strollers. You got the observers, and then you got just the brain dead. Seriously, there's like those three. There's just three types, and I get it. Everyone's different. But just walk. If you need to
Walk.
stop, what was it? Disney Thanksgiving this last month. We had a couple. We were meeting up with her family, and literally we're walking behind this couple because it's packed, and they stopped. I kid you not, we almost plowed them over. Stopped dead in the middle to go shake hands and hug this. I guess their other part of their family in the middle of the freaking walkway.
Like if you're catching up with family or
I
doing
wanted
something,
to just fall over on
scoot
them.
to the side. Like if you're walking and there's like a wall right here, I'm like, oh, family, let's go over here. No, let's just stop dead in our tracks.
Yeah. Yeah, that pissed me off. But yeah, I don't care if I ruffled some feathers. That's if you can't handle it, click off the video. But yeah, tourism at Disney is absolutely insane, but it makes their money. So, but crazy story for me besides getting lost at Epcot and.
Oh my gosh, no! I have a crazy story.
You do what?
I do. My grandma, my lovely grandma, she has no filter. She's mean to everyone. I feel like, just because she's retired, why not? So, again, this goes back to like we would always travel for like merch drops and everything like that. So this is when we were already living in Florida. I was living with my mom at the time, and I was going with grandma to Disney Springs because they were.
Were we dating?
No, we weren't dating at the time. we were looking for a shirt for her. She really wanted this shirt. I forget what it had on it. It had something with pass holder. Um, and I hate when people take Disney for granted. I get it. Disney makes so much money, but they really have to start putting a limit on things.
They have been.
They have been, but people still do it.
Yeah.
Like, so my grandma and I are in Disney Springs. We're in the world of Disney. She's trying to get this shirt. The guy in front of her, it's a rack of different sizes. It's long sleeve. I remember it's long sleeve, and it had pass holder on it. And this whole rack full of different sizes. He takes all of them, literally all of them, and just walks away. And my grandma, as she does, has no filter, caught up with him, and she's like, I know you're not going to wear all of those. Can I at least have one?
I would.
Preferably my size.
I would say something.
And the guy just kept walking. And my grandma, she grabbed an employee. She saw an employee coming. She's like, are you going to stop this? Like, I want one of those shirts.
Disney's gotten better at it.
Disney has gotten better at it.
Did you guys get a shirt?
No, we didn't. Because he took all of them, sold them on eBay, sold them somewhere.
Douchebag.
So
they call price gougers or some shit. Yeah, they're
gougers.
They're getting better. Like
they are, but
certain, like I saw tonight at Disney Springs, one of the Nike Lego one where he dunks. It's like two per. They're like, oh, two per person. So like one person can't just go in there and buy all of them because they'll resell them.
Yeah, but I think what resellers are starting to do is two per person. Buy it, go back in, buy it, go back in, buy it.
It stops them from buying 50 things of it at once. So
yeah,
but they've gotten better at cracking down on it.
Oh yeah,
that
absolutely.
Shit gets old real quick. So,
do you have a crazy story?
Oh yes. So it was kind of like a bomb scare or something, but I'll never forget.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I was telling you this morning at Magic Kingdom.
That was crazy.
I'm trying to give a visual here. It's those bathrooms. It's by the tree. What the heck's it called? It's not Tom Sawyer's tree, right? It's where you can climb the tree or walk on the tree thingy.
It's next to the Aladdin.
Yes, next to the Aladdin, where you can go through those bathrooms there. We can go from one side to the other. I don't know what the heck it's called. If I have a photo of it, I'll put it up on the screen now. But anyways, my dad and I went into the bathroom, came out, and there was this all black backpack just sitting at a long bench. And I'll never forget, there was a security guard. And within we saw the security guard going in when we went into the bathroom. When we came out, there was like 35 freaking security guards. There was police officers, and they escorted all of us away from that area. They didn't escort the whole park, but it was like they escorted that huge area of that park, and nothing happened, obviously, because it's not on the news. But that was probably not scary. I was more like curious than anything as a kid. But yeah, that was like one of the weirdest. Like, oh wow, you don't see that every day at Magical Disney World. And then the second one I'd probably say that's off the top of my head is when I got lost at Epcot. We got off the people. They can't yawn, right? And it hurts. What's it called? Spaceship Earth. So we got off Spaceship Earth, and I got distracted by something in the after Spaceship Earth Center, where the futuristic stuff. My dad, my mom, my sister, my brother all left, and I looked around like, oh wait a minute, crap. Went to go out, and I walked along the when you're looking at the ball, the left side exit. I guess that's the only exit. But went to go, and I was just walking up and down that road, and then they finally found me. My dad wasn't happy with me, but water under the bridge. So, but yeah, that's
another crazy story. How many years ago was it now? when we went on the trip and that little boy got drowned by the alligator, and then a few days later, a worker jumped off the Contemporary in the same trip. I said, "What is going on?"
There?
Yes, we were there at Disney.
Oh, speaking of that, are you talking about the one at the Fort Wilderness Lodge?
No, the boardwalk.
Boardwalk.
I believe it was the boardwalk.
There was one at Fort Wilderness Campground too. I used to swim in the lake as a kid.
I'm like 85% sure it was boardwalk. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think there was two.
But
because there was one at Disney at Magic Kingdom, right?
What?
There was one where a kid got eaten at the Magic Kingdom, right?
No.
Or was that maybe at the boardwalk then? I don't know. It used to be, if you guys, whoever's new to Disney World, used to be able to swim in their lakes, which anyone with half a brain cell knows that that's not smart in Florida. If you've lived in Florida, you'll never trust a lake no matter where you're at. So.
No, I felt so bad because listening to the story, that boy that got drowned by an alligator, the dad like went in splashing around, going around, and then they found the kid just like inches away from the shore. So if the dad was all the way out here splashing around and the boy was like a few inches from the shore, like how your adrenaline has to be going where you're just splashing around like trying your best, and then to end up like near the shore and everything like that.
The alligator may have just spit him out. It's possible. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I just remember that story when I was growing up. I'm like,
I think there was one at the campground.
Wow.
Because I used to swim. Me and my brother used to swim right at the campground when we stayed, and we've stayed at the campground too. That was all.
And it's
like
crazy,
20 years ago.
how Disney like covers that stuff up. Conspiracies. Yeah. We love conspiracies.
There's been 3 deaths in the last 4 months with Disney between Disneyland and World. Someone just killed.
Yeah, someone jumped again from the Contemporary. What, last month?
Yeah, and someone died at the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland, and there was a third one.
He also had problems?
Yes. No. Well, it was an old lady. She died from complications.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't because of anything that Disney did, from what the reports say. There was a third one. I'm trying to think what the third one was.
No, I guess everyone just wants to jump off the Contemporary. I don't know what about it. Dying at Disney World.
Died the most magical place on earth, but
moments.
But yeah, so I've swam in those lakes, and I was a kid, so I didn't understand. But yeah, it's scary to think that those are the same waters that an alligator.
Right.
You know, but now you're not allowed to swim in it because that's why. Because Disney for years, where it's like, oh, there's no alligators in our lakes and ponds and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, it's Florida, bro.
Fun facts. Do you know why I don't know why this reminded me. I think because we're on the topic of crazy stories, because I could go on about this forever. So you know how like the buses, when they pull up to the front and they just have a line that stops them, they don't have the poles sticking up anymore?
Okay.
Have you noticed that?
I think so, yeah.
So the reason why they don't have the poles sticking up anymore was because one year I was very little, and we stayed at next to Disney Springs before the bridges were even built, like way before the bridges were built. And the buses were not in the middle where they are now. It was on the other side next to that hotel. I forget what it's called off the top of my head.
I know what you're talking about. I remember.
So we would stay at the hotel and then just walk to Disney Springs, just because it was like a 2-minute walk. And we would catch the buses from there. So the buses were on that side. One year, I'll never forget it, because my grandma was waiting for the bus. Thank God she wasn't on the bus. And the bus didn't stop, I guess. And they ended up on top of the poles. How do you... The stop was right there, and then the poles, like, to park the bus, were right there. How does the bus end up on top of that pole?
That bus is way heavier than them poles, that's why.
But, like, it was, like, the bus was just chilling. How fast was this bus going?
I don't know.
Like,
ask the bus.
Ask the bus.
Ask the bus.
But
let's see if this thing's still going, just to make sure.
no, but I just thought that was crazy. So I have a feeling that's why they don't have the things there anymore.
Could be. I don't know. Just things change. Which, speaking of change, we'll go right into nostalgia. Nostalgia. That's probably one of the biggest hitters of Disney World now, especially for our generation growing up in the 2000s, late 90s, 2000s, mid 2000s era, 2010s.
I feel like for you, it hit you a lot harder coming back as an adult versus a child. I stopped coming at
2014, I think I stopped going to the parks. So what, 11 years? What, 25 right now? So 11 years that I didn't go. A lot changed. So the parks that I grew up with are no longer the same, which is not the worst thing in the world. Like, change is good, but I'm used to it now. Epcot, Epcot's changed. I've accepted the nostalgia part. I mean, it still hurts when you see those like nostalgia TikToks. Like, I love watching them. They're amazing. Like Disney Quest at Downtown Disney.
I was about to say, what's your favorite thing that you missed that was taken out of the parks?
Disney Quest. That was the best. They're talking about bringing it back, but now there's like where Disney Quest was, now it's a adult gaming thing, or not an adult, but like adult games where it's like, I don't even know what it's called, but anyways, they're bringing it back, so with something else, but
hopefully.
God dang it. But yeah, the nostalgia part only hits me if I see old videos, like must do Disney on the Disney screens, and that lady, I don't know her name, but she was the best at it. But the rooms, I mean, there's a lot of nostalgia, but it's you only get the feeling when you see old things that you could catch that Disney still has sneaking around, or the videos that people post on TikTok. So now I just enjoy the moment, because in 10 years, this is going to be nostalgia.
Yep.
What our kids see now is going to be nostalgia to them. So, yeah.
I just miss the roller coaster simulator in Epcot.
Yes, I miss the waste management, the futuristic homes that are not futuristic now, because a lot of the technology that they were talking about we have now in the homes.
I just remember growing up, and my sister and I would always get on that ride. Like, we could be there all day, and my parents would like go do what they needed to do.
I miss the Firehouse one with the light, but in the back you'd go play all the old PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 games. WALL-E, Toy Story, Madden 06.
I'm still convinced we ran into each other at some point.
I
with as much as we went to Disney, we had to run into each other at one point. Fun fact, we still are convinced that we ran in together, because I worked at the M&M store when I moved down here in 2021 for a summer.
And I was with someone else at that time, so.
And he swears he remembers me because I was in charge of the candy wall at the M&M store.
If you've never been to the candy wall, and you do, go to the candy wall at the M&M store in, not downtown Disney Springs. It is worth it. If you don't know what it is, Google it. It's cool. Expensive, but cool.
I love that candy wall.
Expensive.
I still remember I had the least amount of waste as anyone in charge of that wall.
Want to tell them that fun fact of what they do with all that candy?
Fun fact. The waste from the M&Ms gets transported to their little area where they take down the waste to make it into the gas for the Disney buses.
Yep. Disney, it's its own self-entity, but we're not. That's a whole different topic for a different day.
Right. But I thought that was cool. I was like, I didn't know that fun. Like, I didn't know that fact until I started working there. I was like, no way, M&M's power the Disney buses? Then let's waste them all.
Recycling. I mean, literally. They have to. The amount of waste they have, my lord.
Oh my gosh. You want to talk about Crazy stories. I got crazy stories working at the M&M store. Guests are gross.
Tourism, yeah, I believe it.
So gross.
But so favorite park / ride in all of Disney World.
I'm that person that likes all the parks, but I have a favorite ride in each park. So Animal Kingdom, Pandora. It was the Dino. It was the Dino World, and then
It's gone.
now it's gone. R.I.P. Um, so now it's Pandora. Hollywood Studios. I would say the Star Wars one. Even
Which one? There's like 4 of them.
the new one.
There's 2 new ones: the Millennium Falcon ride or Rise of the Resistance.
Wherever
Where you gotta fight Kylo Ren. Or Star Tours.
Not Star Tours.
Okay.
That other one.
Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah, I don't watch Star Wars, guys. I don't care for it, but I like that one. That's fun. I like that one. Epcot. Soarin'.
Soarin's good.
Soaring. And then Magic Kingdom. I would have to do Space Mountain.
That tracks because you do like Space Mountain.
I do.
My favorite park, Epcot, easily. Favorite ride from that park, Captain EO, and that was the thing. That was a show. Probably say, I don't know. It's tough because there wasn't a lot of rides there.
Right.
Still isn't. I'd probably say Ellen DeGeneres' ride. It doesn't exist. With Bill Nye the Science Guy. I think that's what the Guardians is now. Where the Guardians ride is, I'm pretty sure that's where that was. If I remember that right. But for all you young kids, you wouldn't know what that is. But one of the best, coolest rides of all time. So sadly, we'll never get that back. But yeah, Epcot, I love the futuristic when that was the main theme of it. Still kind of is like a futuristic look now. It's not about talking about it and teaching it and learning it. It's now just, it looks futuristic. So when they were trying to do that, that's what I love, the future, the technology, everything. I miss when they had the areas where you could like throw that ball to break the glass. Mm-hmm. The hurricane stuff, the fire one, the futuristic home. I'm trying to think what else they had. Yeah, the hurricane tornado one. But yeah, there was just so much. God, dang it. It's late, y'all. If you can't realize that, it's late. We've had a busy 2 days. We've been up since 4:30 this morning.
You've been up.
I can't sleep because of my mouth. So, yeah, just the futuristic park. I mean, that's what Epcot stands for. Experimental prototype community of tomorrow. It's a whole other topic of why that's not what it is, but just the futuristic part I just love. So, but
if you could pick a hotel to stay at in the future, like if money wasn't an option, because hotels, we've been looking up hotels so we can have a mom and dad trip without the kids, basically. And some of these rooms are like $1,000 a night, and we could never
probably
do that.
Bay Lake Tower.
Bay Lake Tower.
I've only ever stayed there once. I stayed there when it was new, but I was too young to really remember it, and I was in the phase of not wanting to go to the parks. I just played video games all day. My brother and I would bring our consoles and play Battlefield 4 all day there. It was a blast. Don't regret it, but that's all we did. So we didn't really spend time at like the pools and would get to explore. So I would like to stay at Bay Lake just to try it and see. Contemporary's cool. It's just too outdated. I've seen way too many videos too of what the new renovation. You don't get a lot of bang for your buck. Mm-hmm. But there are some newer hotels that are built that we haven't looked into.
Yeah.
It's less Disney themed with the more fancier ones. So that's why
Yeah.
I like sports, because it's very Disney themed. I mean, we're looking at the room now. There's so much Disney themed stuff, but probably Bay Lake Tower. How about you?
Art of Animation, just because I'm still mad about it. My grandparents, they got upgraded and they didn't tell me. I was in college that year and I called my grandparents. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And they're like, "Oh, we're at Disney." "Okay, cool. Where are you staying?" "Art of Animation." I was like, "What room are you in?" They're like, "Ariel, Little Mermaid room." I'm like, like, Ariel, if you know me, Ariel is my girl. That's what I grew up on.
The white one or the black one?
Stop it.
It's Disney.
The original Ariel.
My goodness.
The go-to Ariel. She
That's
was my
racism.
No.
You gotta,
No, she was my first tattoo. Ariel was my first tattoo.
the half Ariel, but
Not
that's
the
we're
half.
not. It's a whole other thing. But anyways,
Not the half Ariel. My Ariel just doesn't have a tail. Don't make fun. It's that one because I've stayed at all of them besides that one, but I also haven't stayed at Riviera. Riviera, I feel like, is so fancy that I don't know if I'll like it. I don't know
Is
if
that the
I'll
one that
fit
all the
into that.
NBA players stayed at
Yeah.
during COVID. Yeah, way too fancy.
I don't
Doesn't
know.
even feel like we're at Disney World.
Right, I
I've seen
think
it.
I wouldn't like it because it's not like Disney. It just I would feel like I'm like rich for a few days, I guess, if you want to call it that. But I think I just want to stay at Art of Animation, specifically in the Little Mermaid suite. Disney, I will gladly stay in that suite if you would hook a girl up, because I'm not paying that price.
Like
For a night.
$600-700 a night. Yeah.
Nope.
Depending on the rooms, but yeah.
No, hard pass. We got a family of 5. And we only have one mom and dad trip a year.
It's true.
So that would be my go-to Art of Animation.
So was that the favorite place to stay one?
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, this was good.
Yeah.
30 minutes or something, I think we see, but not bad. We could talk about Disney for hours. We could have multiple we could have a whole series of Disney lore and stuff and stories and crazy things and all that, but I feel like it's a good spot. So, but
yeah, I like doing a podcast in a different place. I love like we said in the first episode, we are just making these podcasts just because it's our personality. I feel like we can really grow as a couple because of this, and just sharing our stories, having a blast.
True.
Why the heck not? Living our best life.
At 11 o'clock at night on the dot.
Yes, at 11 o'clock at night.
Tired.
You saw the first episode with us on our couch, second episode at Disney. Hopefully we'll make another episode before we move into our new home, but
yeah, we should.
Can't wait for the new home. Can't wait for the new podcast space. It's going to be great.
It's going to be fun. All right. Well, guys, make sure you hit the like button, comment your favorite part or any things that you guys have to say, and subscribe for more videos like this on the podcast channel.
And now we are going to bed.
We're going to bed.
That's a wrap.
We'll see you guys.
Bye.